The bonefish moves through shallow water like a thought rather than a body. It appears, disappears, and reappears again, its silver form dissolving into reflections and ripples until it becomes almost impossible to separate fish from water. In the sunlit flats of tropical seas, where depth is measured in inches and danger comes from above as much as below, invisibility is survival. The bonefish has mastered this art not by hiding, but by becoming part of the light itself. Long before humans learned to read tides and currents, bonefish were already navigating these fragile environments. Their lineage traces back to ancient coastal fish that evolved along the margins of continents, places where land and sea collide daily. These shallow zones are among the most productive ecosystems on Earth, but they are also among the most exposed. There is nowhere to flee when danger arrives suddenly, no deep water to escape into, no coral fortress to retreat behind. Evolution favored fish that could sense danger early and leave instantly. The body of the bonefish reflects this history with quiet precision. Slim, elongated, and covered in mirror-like scales, it is built to reduce drag and confusion. Light bends across its body, breaking its outline and masking movement. Predators struggle to judge distance and speed, often striking where the fish was moments earlier. The bonefish is rarely where it appears to be. Speed defines its survival strategy. When threatened, the bonefish does not hesitate. It accelerates explosively, turning shallow water into a blur of motion. This speed is not sustained for long distances like that of pelagic fish, but it is immediate and decisive. In the flats, the first second determines everything. The bonefish is built to win that second. Its senses operate continuously. Eyes positioned high on the head allow a wide field of vision, scanning for birds, sharks, and sudden shadows. The lateral line detects pressure changes caused by movement in the water, offering early warning of approaching predators. Smell guides feeding and orientation, helping the fish locate prey hidden beneath sand and silt. Behavior reveals intelligence shaped by caution. Bonefish are alert, reactive, and selective. They often move in small groups, not tightly packed schools, but loose formations that allow rapid dispersal. Each individual maintains awareness of the others while preserving enough space to escape independently. This balance between association and independence is critical in shallow environments where crowding can attract attention. Feeding is deliberate and methodical. Bonefish forage along sandy bottoms, rooting for crustaceans, worms, mollusks, and small invertebrates buried beneath the surface. The downward-facing mouths and sensitive snouts allow them to probe the substrate with precision. Feeding often occurs with brief pauses, moments of stillness punctuated by sudden movement. These pauses are not relaxation. They are vigilance. Intelligence in bonefish expresses itself through memory and learning. Individuals recognize productive feeding grounds and return to them repeatedly. They learn tidal rhythms, adjusting movement to coincide with rising and falling water levels that expose prey. They remember danger zones, altering routes after close encounters with predators. This learning is not abstract. It is practical, shaped by survival and reinforced daily. Reproduction introduces a rare moment of vulnerability. Mature bonefish migrate offshore to spawn, often traveling long distances from the shallow feeding grounds. Spawning occurs in deeper waters where eggs are released into currents that carry them far from predators. Larvae drift for weeks, developing slowly before eventually returning to coastal flats as juveniles. This journey is perilous, and survival rates are low. But those that return carry genetic diversity across regions, strengthening populations. Predators are constant companions. Sharks patrol the flats, birds strike from above, and larger fish lurk at drop-offs. Juveniles face even greater danger, vulnerable to nearly everything that moves. The bonefish's primary defense remains awareness. It avoids conflict whenever possible, relying on detection and escape rather than confrontation. Human interaction with bonefish is subtle but significant. In many regions, bonefish are not heavily harvested for food, but they are highly valued in sport fishing. This attention has brought both protection and pressure. Catch and release practices have raised awareness of bonefish ecology, yet increased human presence disrupts habitats. Boat traffic scars shallow flats, pollution alters water quality, and coastal development destroys nursery areas. Ecologically, the bonefish plays an understated but essential role. By feeding on benthic invertebrates, it helps regulate populations that influence sediment structure and nutrient cycling. Bonefish movement stirs the substrate, redistributing organic matter and supporting productivity in shallow ecosystems. Their presence indicates healthy flats, systems functioning as intended. Conservation status varies by region. In protected areas with intact habitats, bonefish populations remain stable. Elsewhere, habitat loss and environmental stress reduce numbers quietly, without dramatic collapse. The disappearance of bonefish is gradual, often unnoticed until the flats fall silent. Why the bonefish matters lies in what it represents. It is a reminder that survival does not always belong to the loudest or largest. In shallow water, dominance is replaced by awareness. Power is replaced by precision. The bonefish thrives not by controlling its environment, but by reading it perfectly. Watching a bonefish glide across a flat is an exercise in patience. Blink, and it vanishes. Look closer, and it reappears, unchanged, unbothered, continuing its search. It does not advertise its presence. It exists between moments, between reflections, living where mistakes are punished instantly. As tides continue their ancient rhythm and sunlight dances across shallow seas, the bonefish will remain there, slipping through the margins of vision, a quiet survivor shaped by light, speed, and silence.